Can we start?
Yeah, I guess we can. I mean, we've waited 10 minutes for others to join. They'll join us along the way.
What are you saying? Wait for them all. Sorry, should we wait for them or?
I mean, if we wait, maybe we just give like 3 minutes, but I was thinking we start and they'll join us as we go.
The recap. Can you confirm? Can you all hear me?
I can hear you.
Yes.
So so we started with the fact that this is going to be using our SQL for. Let's start. This one is after your extraction, how to do analysis. Also, so we talk about the relationship primary foreign key. Talk about normalization in the sense that well, this one is going to affect when you get so at this point you're trying to create sort of relations in one anchoring the variable. So you connect it to this SQL. You just need to do extraction. Talk about the normalization, whereby we said bringing out primary key for the secondary key. Talk about the composite. Talk about and then we talk about the benefits applicable to for you using SQL or SQL. So we emphasize the fact that SQL classification data query language, data manipulation language, data definition language, data control language. So you say mainly as a data analyst, this is how and get to any organization in any other you right. Do any and we said so many things that stick up us. Meet your hours. But Bobby do it by in my do having this one work. So and we expose ourselves in depth to programming or using SQL itself. And so that's just a small recap. And so I'm just going to go straight to so majorly today we emphasize today's zone will be about joints. and we'll be doing creating of how do you create database. How do you create it? How can you enter this? How can you enter a table? How can you do it? As any question based on last class, and before we move to depth, any question based on the fact that you're supposed to go and do a sort of reading. So if you have any question, you're reading, you encounter any problem, right? So I'll take that. So can you see my screen now?
Yes, yes.
Everything there. So we talk about the fact that okay, to start with, we need to do what is called go into the database. We said that the database itself, as you can have different databases and everything aggregated. Inside the schema, that's when once you log it on as a root, by clicking that stuff, I click error. The left hand side, you see where the root is and once you click it from there, go straight where you can start doing your. And the good part of it, this thing is this is where the security comes in. So if the person doesn't have a good knowledge about this, it's very difficult for the person to do any analysis rather than taking yourself. So the first thing we talk about is you have to query the SQL itself to show you. And we said at every syntax you issue, it should be a semicolon, just saying. And this one will show you everything inside your database. And I just added this into drop. So you create another one. Okay, sorry, before I continue to do, I'm going to send you a file now. That's what I'm going to use to explain things. But I noticed that to use what is inside that inside the database itself, because the data is so large, trying to explain it, you may not get it. So I decided to just create small. This one will be so is small, about maybe the for Excel. So for Excel, just try and download it off here. Send it. So you can download it. So the first thing you need to do is show your data. And from here, you're able to see everything inside your database. And to use any of these, I would just say use LBS. I just created this one. I will soon delete it. So once you do, you can see from the down part, it's showing that, yes, once you see this green button highlighted, that means your query is successful. Sometimes it may not bring anything up. Saying, I want to use this LBS database right now. And the next thing you now want to, since you are inside the LBS database, now say, show me the tables inside this LBS database. So it's not going to show you. So I've bring in all the data, and we talked about this one the last time. To bring in your data, you just need to go to the table, right? And you go straight to where this data itself is. Sorry, can you see this other one that pop out?
I don't think so.
So like I said, so right now we are inside the LBS database. So we should say show the table, and it has brought all these tables. And these are the Excel CSV file I sent to department, employee. And this one I just duplicated. Same thing with this. And the manager and that's the 4 CSV file. And to bring in this thing, you just need to right click on, and you have to go inside the database you want. Right now, I'm inside the LBS. So you right click from the table data import. Browse to that place, click on employee, next, drop the waivers, next. So basically, this is what you're going to see.
Please, can you do it again?
So the first thing is, okay, you go to show database. This one is not going to show you all the database. From here, which database that one? Let me just use my bring it inside. Bring it inside. So right now it has shows use marketing. This is green from this part. That means it has accepted. If it is red plus X inside it, that means well, it's so right now I'm inside the market, and I will say use show table inside market. You can see I only have 2 marketing underscore data underscore real. I in 3 places. Yes. So right now I'm inside marketing. I will just click under the table under marketing and right click. I'll go to where I want to be. Can you get it now? Under marketing, I'm inside marketing now. On the table, I'll just right click. Table data import. I'll browse to the place. Click on the CSV file. And like we said before, anything you bring into the Excel. So on it. Sorry, can't get that.
No, don't worry.
Okay. So next, now I don't want to overwrite because the reason why I want to overwrite it if it exists is I'm bringing into the LBS database. Right now, I'm inside market. There is no employee inside market. There's no need to override it. But if you want to bring in another one inside it, I want to override it. So that the previous one will be on and this new one will just stay. That's when you can like this.
Sorry. What if you don't have marketing?
You will get to that place. So marketing is a database. So, okay. Oh, okay. From your own side, you don't have
On my own
market.
side, yes.
Okay. So you have circular. You should have circular by your right, because circular is just once you download it. Okay, tell me what you have. Yes. From your left hand side, my own lines. What do you have there? Let me collapse. So from me, I've created so many other ones. This one I just created it before just for my own use. So what do you have from your own from the left hand side? The right hand.
I have I have I have only Eniola. Then I try to bring in that HR document of the
Wait.
last class.
Oh yeah, share
Oh,
your screen. Very frank. How can you be only
okay.
having your lap?
I have Eniola, I have system.
Yeah. What again?
That's all. Then inside that system, I have tables, views, all procedure. Let me share my.
You share it for let me see. Because everyone that downloads it has Sakila, because Sakila has more of in wow.
This is why I
Even
have.
this Enola you should have, I think you created it yourself.
Yes, the Eniola I created myself.
The only come with this is yeah, it's still fine. So what we do now is sharing.
Okay.
So let's do start sharing. I ask that person to be so what we can do, okay, let's create something. Let's create what should we call it? I have marketing. I have this. So this will be a new database. So I'll just do this, and it has already been created. Can you do that?
Okay.
Because if you do this event now, if I now say, if you can see now, there's no event here on my left hand side. If I now show database, events will be here. I think I need to, anyway, you can refresh. Yes, event has joined. So from the top hand side, you can see refreshing. You can see events here. We still go back to our query. Event has been on top. So let's now use events.
I created it. I don't know why it's not showing for me.
Just if see this button here from your ribbon part, you see file. You see down the file, you see SQL, something that look like a box. Try and go to the last one.
Okay.
That look like so. Click it to refresh, so you can see it. You should be able to see it once it has been created. So we now say use event. Now you can see the event now. Already created for not clear. So on the table part, just click on the table part. Right click and sorry, who is that person?
I'm the one somewhere.
Oh,
They
okay.
are talking. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So right click table data import wizards, click it and browse to where you downloaded those CSV files. And we bring in, click on employee, bring it in. Click next. I don't need to override. I click next. So this is just basically what is inside it. Just like 6 line item. So it's giving you a description of it.
Sorry, which one
MID,
did you bring in?
employee.
Okay.
So MID, emp name, salary, dep ID, manager's ID. Next. And it's saying that, okay, let's click next. So you will start doing prepare, import this. Yes, check it right now. It's not going to. It's telling me that I have 6. Once I click finish. So right now, if I say show will not say employee. Now I can only see employee. That's the only thing. If you go back again, stable data wizard, go to the same process. I bring in attachments, next, 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 next. So most of the time, it's not always next. Sometimes you run into problem. You just read in between. And because it always points you to the problem. Like, okay, something is wrong with the heading.
You
Just
brought
have
in
to,
department, Abby.
yeah, I brought in department, yes.
Okay.
So you just have to go back, rectify it, then try and bring it back. So that's how you learn. Because if you continue to be successful, in the real sense, to be very frank, you're not learning. Problem always come, and how you've been handling basic one you've been doing, that's the same process. So you go back there, bring in manager. Click next, we click next, next. Close the work, next. Issue manager is not. Table that let's bring the projects. Next. We brought in the 3. Brought in the 4 CSV files. So you can now start doing your. I say select this star which represents. And see your CSV now is not inside your SQL, MySQL. You can start doing. Same thing if I say select or select. Let's say to type this one out. Pick this. Pick think this I can as well just still use my scribe to see what we saw the other time. The scribe. So we just give you an idea of exactly what is inside your employee. How is the data structured? What are the data types? That's when you use this. Just the full pronunciation you just same thing you can query with. So, and it would said that today we'll be doing joints. So the reason why you need to learn joints just because sometimes you need to query database, you need to query some information that costs across 3 databases. So probably you are being asked to get the employee's name and then name. And you went to go and check your, now that we've checked our employees table, we discovered that we cannot get department name from this place. However, we can actually we can get it from the department table. That means we need to query information, give syntax information that cuts across these 2 tables. So that's when join comes. And there are different kinds of join. There's what we call the inner join. There's what we call left join. There's what we call the right. There's what we call the full. Full join. I'm trying to use it. Just not giving it. So meaning this one is just saying that you know your intersection set. So your inner joint is saying what is on to employees. And this left-hand side is now going to be looking at this is common between them and what is now only in employee. The employees table is on the left. And for rights, seeing what is common between them and what is on your right. Now what is inside. That's it. So your inner joint is just what is common between the 2 tables or the 3 tables in right. Right, the left joint is saying that what is common between both of them and is peculiar to the table identified. So it's a combination of left is combination of common to them, which is the inner, plus what is peculiar to the left. While your right hand side is the inner, which is this one, and what is common to right. Then the full joint is just saying combination of your left, including That's what we call full joint. So full joint is just trying to check everything. You get, so because these are the idea we're going to be using. And again, anytime you query, you use a syntax and you just say join, it's performing the function of inner join. Performing the function of this inner join. You can put it as inner join. You can put it like this. So assuming your boss call you and say, please, can you give me all the employee name and the department name? All the employee name and their respective names. What's your name? And when you check in the employees table, you can only see information that gives you the, so there is department ID. Department ID is different from your department name. However, if you now go to your department table, you can see the department's name. It shows that I need to combine these two tables together, issue a query. Now, I'll be able to get the information from employees table and from department table, issuing just one query. And that's where join. How do you do this? So before first starts very simple, because you have an idea of what's which is start from your select and is your employees name. So you see it here. Where is it? Employees name. So you can't misspell this thing. Bounce back. And once you do for department 2, right? That's the way it's written. SQL is quite very sensitive. Departments. And we know that this M name, which is employee's name, is from where? We have to now join it to what? However, you now need to look for what is common between them. If you want to join something together, you need to look for a relationship. What's common between employee stable and department stable? And if you look at it, from this one, we have department ID and department name. And if you now go to the employee, we have department ID. So you have to join it. So on departments. If I run this, will it work? It's not going to work. And tell me why.
Is it because you are joining? Is it because with this on department ID?
That's the spelling of department. Don't know if that's even
The point is, let's see, that's what is there now.
in
That
your
is
join.
Oh, okay. That's even pointed that one out. That's not the spelling. So you pointed that one, that's what you even pointed out. Let's run it again, maybe. Stating saying ambiguity. And you can see the error here. Saying error code 1052 column department ID. On clause is ambiguous. It's saying this department ID is ambiguous. You can tell me what? We know we identify that the two things that is common between them is department ID. And let's confirm again from this one. Know that our spelling is right. Okay.
What of the name? Why do we have the department ID twice?
Because exactly we are getting there. So can you think more in that? Like, yes, why are we having it twice? Because one is for employee and one is for department.
Okay. And we said okay, the name is not common.
When you were selecting from employee name and department, why didn't you select department ID then? Just thinking.
If you select department ID, doesn't let's do it. The reason why it's ambiguous is, yes, there is department ID, but for which of the table? You get the department ID in employee, department ID in department. How do I differentiate it? That's why it's ambiguous.
So are you supposed to say on department, then department ID?
So you need to look for a way to now differentiate which information is for employees table and which information is by putting something like alias to differentiate. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to put E in front here and D in front. And I'm going to say E dot employment name and D dot what's it called? Department name. And I will now come here, I will now say E dot department ID when is equals to D dot department ID. That means I'm saying that this department, I'm representing it with D. And this employee, I'm representing it with D. Anyway, from my select, you see E dot. That means go to employees table and get me information for employees name. And anywhere you see D before the name of the role of the table, go to department and get department name. And now use information from employees table, which belongs to department ID, when is equals to information that belongs to department ID under department. So you need to look for a way to differentiate where it should go to get information from, because it's seeing similarity and it's saying which one should I take. That's the big issue.
So you can just differentiate like that. You can just create differentiation, even though it's not in the original data.
I didn't get the question.
No, I said you've created something and you've done something new. You've put E and D that was not in the, it's not stated anywhere in the data per se. So I'm saying, can you just for differentiation, as you've done, create something new like this?
Yes, so this is like a syntax. So they program it to sit that be seeing this thing like a short form. I can as well just do this. I don't want to type in that.
This one makes more sense to me, Sha, but maybe you can
So will that
continue
be
with the E and D. Let's see.
uh, yes. You can put it this way. And if you want to do it, let's do E. Okay, this one will make more sense. Now I want to now reduce it to E. E. Let me give you this. So the point is just, it's just because this one is small. Imagine you're typing something like 4, 5, 6, 7 from the select. That's why they divide a way of saying there's a short form to it. Put something to differentiate front of it. And automatically the syntax will see it like E itself is employee and D is. So in his own head, it goes from here, come to this place and say E, okay, this is employee, this is department table. And anywhere you see E, goes to the employees, they take the information in front of that E dot, which is employee's name, go to departments, take the information. Is it clear now? So right now
Yes.
I've gone to 2 tables. Hello?
Yes, can we join more than if he's asking for other information, like maybe date of what's it called? Employment dates, other things. Is it the same way we are going to also select from, like we select the entry dates, these other things, other information, then look for how to join them?
Yes. So the point is you're saying that you want to join more than 2 tables.
Yes, more than 2 tables.
Yeah, you can join as long as, but the point is you need to be looking for a common ground. What is common between, so if I want to join, let me say, let's go to, let's describe money. So manager, see, I can see department ID for money. I want to get the manager's name, so I can as well just come here. However, you should be very careful, so I'll just say, just come down here. Join. I don't know why it's yeah. Let's query this. So it depends on the information you want to bring out. You can see that from here now, it's focusing more on the manager's name, which is almost different. But it's trying to like, that means John Ojo is in IT department and his manager is this person. Same John Ojo inside IT department, his manager is also Mrs. Simon. That means probably John Ojo is handling more than one project. So he's having two managers. That is very important. So, and again, that's where this left and right are going. Because you need to know what is the information I'm being asked to query out. Let me separate this one now. And I will show you something like if I put left here.
Sorry, before you move on, that one that you just finished joining, the manager you just finished joining, it didn't work for me. It was still showing that error on manager.
What I did was, you can see from here, I've put, we need this. So once I now remove it, I don't know.
Okay. Like you remove the terminator.
Yes, because
Okay,
that's
okay,
not
okay.
where I want it to end.
Okay.
So if you can see this, okay, let me put inner joint. Manager. Don't just say, don't query this. So you can see the result is giving us now. John Odo IT, Chionye IT, Frank Isio HR, Power B HR. And if I change this one to left, will the result change? Look at the result for this one very well. Did you see any changes?
Yes.
So what did you see? What did you notice?
The Fanford is null. And the Ali banana.
So the point here is, what he did is, he actually queried up to here, from here up to here. He used the inner joint. He now went back to employee and bring out all other information that the inner joint cannot query and give it. And that's where this Fanford and Ali banana came in. If I change this thing to,
Sorry,
yeah.
Yes, please, can you explain the inner joint?
Seriously, I'm struggling to hear you.
Inner,
He said, can you explain the inner joint again?
Inner. So, like I said before, inner
Yes.
joint is the same thing as
Joint.
saying joint. You say join. Join and inner join, same thing. Give you the same query, same result, sorry. So it means that it is common between these two based on this information you've been giving me. You will look at the information here where these two tally, department ID for employee and employees department ID and department ID under department. It will look at the information there. Those that are common, it will not give you information relating to employees' name. So that means there should be something that is based on this ID, common in employee, common in department, and he will now use that information he has gotten from this bring us information in relation to. Sorry, I can't get that. Oh.
I was going to ask if it means that we only have 4 entries for HR. Sorry, for the department name.
No.
So it could only okay.
No. We only have 4 that meet these requirements of this. So let me do. You see this, you can see this department ID. It has D1, D1, D2, D2, D10. So that means there is D1, D2, and D10. Let's go to departments. So we only have D1, D2, D3. So it's only going to give you information relating to D1 and D2, because that is what is common in department, table, and employees. We ignore these other ones because there's no D3, D4 in
the employee. Okay, I get it.
So it's going to just look for the information whereby these two are equal. Bring those information out and use it to be identify those information, those data, and use it to give you information based on this. And that's where this stuff is coming in.
Okay, I have a question.
Please continue.
Okay, so what if you are asked to pull all the data on employee and the department? All data on employee and department.
In that
Yes,
one, you can use,
function.
yeah, we can use what's it called? Very frank. I'm trying to do that in GPT. Was giving me the same thing. Syntax is variables. You just keep highlighting, for example, giving me this. Saying emp name, field list. So what this one means is, based on this information, if you offer me this criteria here, D1 and D2, you will now still go to employees table, and every other information that did not meet this requirement, it will bring it out. It will go to departments. Every other information that did not meet this requirement, bring it out. That is the function of. So that's why in some you'll be saying no, because it does not meet this criteria. So anyone that meet this criteria have all the table row populated. But those ones that did not meet the requirement, that means the extra that is remaining under the employees table, given, remaining under department. That is so. And okay, the person that asked question about the inner join, do you get it? You get it. So, and that's when you click in the left join. What he has done here is he went to this place, meet the requirements of information for D1 and D2 that equals to department ID in employees table, department ID and it. Also, it will now go to employees table. Everything related to employees name that does not meet this requirement, we will now bring it. And that's why Ford and Ali Banana. If I change this thing to right, just give me the opposite of it. You can see information relating to department name came up, and which for the employee's name was. Because I'm saying, look at information that join these two together. In addition, give me extra information that is related to this on clause. All this one just depend on the question you are being asked to go and bring up. So you should now be able to, so if you have a good understanding about your left and your right, so because here they said, give us information about all employees and their respective departments. But the information you should be able to use here to use it for this. Write this in. So if you have used full joints, it will populate for the department names. Is this clear? If you want to use it on this, all these big ones here, this circular, the information will be very big and not be able to get it correct. That's why I decided to use this small table so that I'm explaining, you're able to get like same query will work for when you're querying millions. Just be very careful on question you're trying to answer. So can we go on to data manipulation and data? So at this point, we're talking about.
So inner join and join are the same.
Yeah, inner join and join are the same.
Okay.
We want to talk about create. How do you we talk about this data itself, whereby we talk about or what's it, character string. We say we have character.
Please, I need the help. I can't find what I've been doing since morning again.
No, that's not. Where did you put them? Is it
What
under
I'm seeing
event?
now is HR. What do you say?
Is it under events? Did you create another database?
Only events. I created events. I don't know why it's taking me to HR.
No, you cannot take it to HR.
Don't know what I pressed. Can I share so you help me figure this thing out?
Trying, trying. Oh,
What did you say?
that's your question.
See,
Yeah, click on any of those things. They just
any.
just click outside, write something, type something. You see this arrow here, down parts.
Okay,
Yes.
here. Okay. Thank you.
This is what you look at. Anyone that is darkened, that's where you are. Don't look at HR or something. Anyone that is darkened, you can see event is only dark. Is inside the event.
Okay. Thank you.
Right? So, like I'm saying, so you should be familiar with this our data type about the numeric. It's numeric comes with int. Most of the time, you just use our int. What is other one? Then for dates, just stick to your date and modify that one over time. And date has a format it should always follow, except specified otherwise. So the time it starts with the year, month, and so therefore data type. Then for the string, we have the character only length of 8,000, only character. Then when you say variable character, talking about you can mix number, and this one is when it's more than. Then you can also use text. So your text will include put in text. That's when probably you want long data. You want to really specify. So many of them. That will be the right now when it's I showed us earlier on if you want to create anything created event, you can as well just want to create any database, just as you're saying in create. What is the thing we should do?
Can you use admin?
Already be. Don't say anything. So then again, like we said before, somebody was asking, how can we link the Google Forms to SQL? So I went to YouTube and said, want to do it, watch the video, I just sent it. However, you should have programmed your table you're linking it to suit Google Form. You cannot create a Google form that you're saying primary key, or they can omit their first name. And you've come to the SQL to say, no, people must put in their first name. It's create an error for you. So you should be able to look for a way whereby as people are entering those information there, the information you give them online to enter is equivalent to the table you've created, so that there will be a synergy. When SQL is looking at it and the information is coming in directly to SQL knows that. I don't know this guy. A very good example is for dates. You're saying the dates should be there. And from the Google form, you're saying people, they like Mr. Put's dates. You get, so you should look for a way whereby you compulsory them from Google form, make it compulsory that they must fill all those things that is required for them to fill. So that as SQL is looking at it, yes, you see that, yes, this information that are coming in are very right. Or else it's not going to store it. So in your head, you should know a very good example is in sales department. You want to create a form to get your customers' information. You want to know their name, what last name, you want to know their phone number, their date of birth, their address, stamps in them. All those information you should have documented in a plan form. So that if you bring in, even though you're giving to them in an Excel or you're giving to them in a paper form, and you're giving those information manually inside your Excel. When you're bringing the Excel inside the Excel, based on the table you've created, there will be a synergy based on bringing in and the table you have created. If that synergy is not there, it's just going to be false. And it's going to be telling you an error. So that's what we're going into now. So right now, you just click here, you refresh. You can see our admin. And if you go to admin, say, there's nothing inside the admin. Create the tab, you now say, you can see admin. Stage. Say yes, I'm going to use it. When you now say show table, screen, there is nothing inside. Inside admin now, let's now create. Right now we are inside admin. Admin is already done. So you should be able to know what should we create. What is it? Endings. So this time around, you should have down the information onto. This is just speak rating. Sales. What information do you want to get? Or what table should we create? Right. Sorry, what table should we create? Yes. Client's name. So for products, we already have.
Okay, we have products. Date of purchase.
So right now, client name. We now have to now specify kind of character should this client be. And that's what I'm saying. Like, if you've identified that Excel should take information in character string, and you went to go and put in Google form, it should be what integer. And it's coming to when you're trying to when you're synchronizing it, you'll be seeing a lot of error. It will just be bouncing. When you open it after the maybe 1 month, 4 months, people have been feeling it. There's nothing here. There's no synergy between what you created inside the. So there should be a synergy in Google form. So right now for client's name, let's even firstly, what should we create here? Because to make it, let's do student. Have student. We now have student ID. We want it to be what? A variable character. You can specify it should not be more than 10. So this one, based on our maybe what was it called? On our LBS student ID, no, it's maybe 2000 and you get a scenario. So, but if you count this thing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, everything here counts. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. It's not entire here. Because we already specified 10. So when you get to 10, see, okay, just this one, this one. So you should be very careful when specifying enter those table you've created based on the fact that you are trying to link it to something. So you specify this one to be, well, so we're just going to be using our 00100 variable character. You're saying it should be not null. That means you can't leave this student ID value. Information must be given to it. I will now say that should be our. So what again should we put there? This one can be normal text. For text, you don't need to specify the number. So text can take as long as that's the information one. Come down again, you say surname as say, give me what? Date. This one just indicates it. Date is a data type. And I'll say probably So anytime you underline something for you, should just take a good look at it. Again, I'm saying that there's an error here. What else should we put here? What else should we put here?
Let's add club.
Are we good? What else do you want? So I want to, okay, let's just close this one. It has created, thank God. What is just, yes, I've created it. You now say, show, now say, student. Now discover that, I didn't put phone number. Oh God, am I going to start doing this thing all over again? So from our data classification, there's what we call alter. Hello, can you hear me? So from our data classification,
Yes.
there's what we call alter. After creating this data, you now discover that I did not add phone number. So I will start this thing all over again and start. I will just leave it like that. Just say no. There should be a way out. You need to go and do your research. Now, like, okay, I can actually do alter. So I will now say alter stable student. Now say add us.
Sorry,
Let me do this.
I want to ask a question. Hello, I want to ask a question.
Please continue.
Okay. Why did we use voucher for the phone number?
And you know, sometimes some people
I didn't hear that.
some people will put +2340. Imagine you're collecting information from people that are not in Nigeria. So you want them to put maybe 911, blah, blah, blah. And the way they do it over there, they'll just put this, they'll still want it to accept. So I can as well as just put integer. It only accepts only number. But you want to give room for people to put in their plus 00221. That is a phone number. You get?
Yes, I do. Thanks.
So that's why I gave room for, I don't know any number, phone number that's in the mother. don't see maybe the one that you give. So like a query now, from our student table, you can see once you click describe, you can see student ID, surname, first name. Number is not here. So once you now add this one like this, has already been added. Now check it again. Now discover that yes, phone number is, and you decide that, oh, I don't like the way this I want to change it to transfer statement and just do your this time instead of you doing hand, you now do rename. You know, you're renaming a column. You need to specify. Name let's change it to last name. If you go back to describing, it is our surname, change to, that's how you do your correction. So you've created it this way. Now said, oh, work is just, and we now want to be doing what is called populating this table number. So you have to be doing it one by one. So that's where your Google form, your Excel is. So, but the point is, you should have done it in such a way that the information you're bringing into this place, you don't need to. So we start with your normal insert into this time around, you have to now specify everything here. So what I will do is, but don't do lazy work. Lazy. So I'll just highlight this here. Copy, go to use lazy man's work, type it. You get Now focus. Like, phones. You now start doing it. Student ID, what do you want to put there? First is variable character. We just do to change this one to post name. Say is text. What's the name?
Okay.
I start talking in Kechi in last name. Dates of birth. Okay. Press. Varieties. You work. They select. Uh, you get that one line, and you have to start populating the number 2. So that's when you cannot bring in your sellings. However, you can also populate this information. If you have a similar information that is like this from another database, trying to. So normally this is how you'll be doing it one by one. Copy this one in. Change just this. Change all this. that you'll be doing it one by one. And here I can let's use this. Let's go on. Okay, I have which one is small here? I have I have permit CV. I want to play this department. I want to take this department in. I want to put it under admin and create a table for it. Here we have department ID. If I go back to my admin, I want to create admin now. Create just say the department. So right now I've created this if I check through this I'll see departments. I want to put in information. Oh, right. So let's say you now have to do just say insert Now say select and you get what I'm trying to do now. I don't want to start looking at the departments inside events and bringing it the information one by one. I just want to query something like, go and get the information for department table inside event database and bring it to the department table inside admin database. So I can as well be doing it one by one. Sorry, do you get what I'm trying to do here?
No. Like you're fast.
So this is I put it right now. I'm inside admin, and when you see use I'm in event database. If I say show the table inside event database, it's showing me this department, blah blah blah. So from this department, if I say select I want to take information from this department, D1, D2, D3, IT, HR, finance, all this information. I now want to put it inside another department I've created. Under, I want to take this information here. I want to take it to another database, which is my app. And I've created a table there called departments. But instead of me typing it one by one, D1, D2, because this one is small. Imagine you're typing millions data. So another way you can do is bring it out, take it in Excel format, download it somewhere, then import it again. Well, you can as well use query to just say move all the information that is inside this department table under events, move it to the database of admin, whereby I've created another table. So I'm just trying to move information from a table inside a database into another database and creating that same table. Instead of me typing it one by one, I will just tell the query, do it. You understand?
Yes.
And that's the query I've done here. You know,
Please,
if okay,
please, can you copy the query and put on the chat box?
the point is you should have access.
But you have to create the table,
Exactly,
department.
exactly. So you have to follow.
Thank you.
So this one I'm just because the one I've shared before is just we've created a table. We don't have to be inserting the information inside the table. You have to be doing it one by. Imagine you now have the information you're looking for somewhere else. And just query it from that place and say, bring it inside this place. That's what I'm about. Just of this one because are we in inside to so if you now go to our we are now in admin. So if you now say put table inside the admin. Now have department. Before we don't have anything inside. Now if you query it, it was the information the events. Now we are now having this without typing it, saying insert value, just say this information that is inside another, bring it into this new database. That's what we do. So any question, because normally this is where you're supposed to stop. Not stop. Any other thing again, create. Because as an analyst, no company give you. So imagine you've created this thing now, and somebody now come and said, well, because he was doing practice, now say, from somebody now drop this admin. I've dropped it now. Even for me, let me refresh. Everything you've created inside admin is gone. The wala you've been doing for months. For somebody is practicing because he's doing internship. He now say he's doing practice, he now drop. I said, there's no point. When you drop it, I'll drop your internship. So you only be given privilege to do data query language. So this is just to expose it to the fact that, okay?
So drop means like you are undoing everything that you have done.
Yeah, now you're just saying delete. But the point is, as an admin, you can still go back because you've not done what is called. But the point is, for people like you don't have some certain privileges. like I shared before, you see these last two, data control, data transaction. With this one, they can perform so many things. Revoke, grant, because once they give you, this is where they will give you what is called privileges. They will give you privilege of only select. And if they give you privilege to manipulate, that means you can update some certain things. And if they not give you privilege, this control, imagine you're controlling a database, you just be sending recharge cards to say calling for. So they won't put some certain things inside your care. Imagine someone has mistakenly give an internship this room. Now say because it's fast. Say drop. Drop it. That's just it. So they won't give you certain privilege. So as a data analyst, your role stops. The rights, the privilege you'll be giving stops. You can still be doing your having group by create. You can say create is under definition. Nobody will ask you as a data analyst. Except you're still working in very small data analyst, you're data warehouse coding.
I have a question. So if you're asked to like, so the way we created that database for students,
Yeah.
and we want people to fill it.
Yes.
So how are you going to do it that you allow people fill it and then you'll be saying it
You
on your database?
you can't allow people to fill it in. That's why I said that before. But you fill it inside. Nobody will be with this interface, nobody will even answer you. Because any small error, it will give you an error. Imagine giving this kind of interface to someone to be filling. It's boring. Compared to your graphical windows and stuff. It's very boring. So nobody will give you this. This is not what you're going to be seeing. This is always at the back end. But what you'll be feeling is a beautiful form. Like
on the front end.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like that form, that's what you give to people. But you must create the back end to align with the front.
So how do you not create that front end? How do you see it? How do you have access to it?
So that's good. Do you know how to correct it?
Yes.
Something like that, yes. But that's not your role. That's the role of all those programmers. So you just tell them this is the information you want. You help you to do the interpretation. So imagine, okay, what they always do. When you come into OBS, all those forms you fill, your name, blah, blah, blah. That's you see those forms at the back end. This is the query language they can use to get those in.
Yes.
But
So is it that you
okay?
Is it that you give them access to this particular what's it called? This particular
Interface. You too, you don't even have access to this interface. Not your role.
So how do they call up this interface?
Information. So the only way you call for it, they will give you a privilege. So they will give you the interface to work with. Every organization will have their own interface. But the only privilege you'll be given is to select.
Okay.
Once you're doing the selects, you're querying into the back end and getting it.
Okay.
You'll not be given this at all. It's all
Okay.
those people that do programming and stuff. So they'll create that interface for you, define interface. But at the back end, this is what they put there. So for you to make your work more easier for you, you have to tell the programmer what to do. Sometimes they don't.
Okay.
Because the interface itself is more useful to you. But once they've created, they move on. None of their own business. But you need to sit down and tell them this is what you're getting from the back end. So that the name the primary key, which is the identifier, can be automated. Once the person finished one, it goes to the second one. Excel, we just see 2, just see 3, see 4. Automatically, that one will be automatically generated for you. Then you now tell them that the surname cannot be left. The last name, it must be filled. Every information there must be filled. You need to specify these are the character, this is what I want them to fill. And once you give them those information, they align, you do a test run, you see from the back and I say, yeah, this is what I want. And I send those form out. So as they're filling it, once you want to query it, they give you the interface to query. Just do your settings. Read the information out.
Okay, thank you.
So any other question? I think the last class, we're going to do small exercise in class. Everybody should go and read. Do small exercise. Maybe people will not.
Yeah.
You do small exercise. Query some basic things. Let's see what's going to come. So you don't need to go back to all those videos. Is if you can do the select this from this, you can limit it to, want to select, let's go to this last instance. Okay, 1 minute. We're back. So let's say use in if this is what if you can say okay, select all laptop and
How do I get this Aquila?
seriously, I don't know. This one came automatically with my own.
Yeah.
This Aquila says this other one was in this yes. This one seriously, maybe the things. starting from 100, giving me, and if I still say limits, going to give me, you can see 20 minutes. So if these are the basic things you should learn out, this one does not take too much of things to analyze. If all what you can learn out to do is so database, see what is inside the database. Use this particular database and query what you need to get your information. Set it to your CSV, take it to your RBI. Because the reason why you're learning this is, imagine your database administrator is very busy. You say, Mr. Clear me to this, I'm busy. But your work is extra. They're just telling you, start and learn this thing. That's why you need to just learn this. I think quality. Any question? Any question? Any question? Any question? No question.
No question.
Thank you for your time. Thank you.
Thank you too.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Lumine. Thank you.
You're welcome.